Hi guys, so my previous video that I was recording was deleted. I did not, it got to like a 7.5 minutes and then it just stopped recording on me. But I was talking a lot. There's so much to talk about and I was just like, oh, I'm running out of time. But I still had 3 minutes. So today I went to the post office and I did not see the unemployment debit card. And because of that, I was hoping to be able to book a month at the extended stay in Peabody, but right now with my finances, all I can afford is one night at a hotel. And the most affordable rate that I could find is at the extended stay in Westboro. So I will be going there on Monday, checking out on Tuesday morning, and I really hope that by Tuesday I can have my debit card, my unemployment debit card, and I can have the money that I'm supposed to have in there according to my earnings so that I can, book a month at the extended stay in Peabody. Because, obviously, Westboro is really far away, so that's not going to be somewhere where I'll stay too long. I want to get back to Peabody because it's the closest one as of right now. And, so after going to the post office, I went to my storage unit. And, I was locked out of my storage unit because I am a week behind. I mean, I don't think I should be locked out that quickly, but hey, whatever. I am a little bit behind on one payment, and I do plan on paying the storage unit, once I have the money to pay it through, hopefully through my unemployment benefits. And, but it just, it isn't practical for me to keep the storage unit long term. I've already had it for 4 months, and the money that I'm spending every month to, pay the storage unit can eventually just go to new furniture, new things, because it's, the stuff I have is not that expensive. So, I mean, I've made several payments and I have to think about the long term now that I've been homeless for a while. So my goal is to donate most of my belongings from my storage unit. I'm hoping to just be able to do that so that I can get rid of that stuff and give it to somebody that needs it, and then close the storage unit. That way I can save money, and that money can go towards more essential things. And I mean, the storage unit was extremely helpful to me, especially when I was street homeless. But in the long run, I just can't keep paying that every month. I just won't be able to afford it. And it just isn't practical, because nothing in that storage unit is, that valuable, So that is a goal that I have. Once I'm able to pay for this remaining month. Okay. So, so I'm sure that, people saw my post recently of the documentation that I have released on social media. And I've always had in the back of my mind, I was like, one day I'm going to release these, this court documentation and these emails. And yesterday was the day that I decided to do it because my complaint against CMS Partners was dismissed. So I have several documents that I put online, on Facebook, on Instagram, and, the main one was a letter from my psychiatrist, which I thought a letter from a psychiatrist would be enough to get an extension on finding a place to live. I thought that. psychiatrist from the Mass General. I thought that they would, see that as a valuable letter, but I was still evicted. And then I also provided the RAF, confirmation that that CMS Partners got $7,000. And I thought that after my back rent was paid, that, I wouldn't be evicted. And I thought that my credit wouldn't be affected because, I was caught up in my rent. But my credit was still destroyed because there was a lot of inaccurate information there, and that's a long-term goal, fixing my credit, So those were things that I thought would happen. And so originally, because CMS Partners, they love, well, I have no communication with them anymore, but they loved bringing up the fact that I didn't leave on February 1st. So I provided that document from the court on Facebook, on Instagram, that I amended that, for an extension. I amended what I signed, and that is a legal thing. I went to court and I amended it, and I had another court date. And I told the judge, I was like, originally I thought that I was going to be able to leave February 1st, but my financial situation changed. And the judge granted me until April 1st to move, and then around maybe the beginning of March or mid-March, there was an emergency hearing to have me evicted sooner, and I was evicted on March 26th. But, I showed those documents. I showed that I amended it. I showed that also the appeal that I made, and that I asked the court, could I have can I have some time to find legal representation? Normally you don't need that in a housing case, but there was a lot going on. And, anybody that sees my posts would be like, yeah, she definitely needed a lawyer. They denied that request. I was not able to get a lawyer. If I had a lawyer at that time, I don't think I would have been unlawfully evicted and been homeless like that. I really don't think that would have happened. I needed a lawyer, and I was denied that right. That's why I'm posting the YouTube videos about the Massachusetts attorney strike. Because, these lawyers that provide, legal aid to people who have criminal offenses, they're on strike because they don't get paid enough. And other neighboring states get paid significantly more than Massachusetts. So the lawyers are on strike and want more money. And as a result, criminals are being released from jail without a proper court hearing, like a court trial or anything, because they don't have a lawyer. And that's crazy. And I'd be more surprised about this maybe a couple of years ago. But now it's like, that's not shocking to me after what I went through with the housing court, And so, the system is definitely broken. And I really hope that, it can be fixed. I know it's never going to be perfect. It's always going to be flawed. But, clearly there's a lot of issues. You see what happened to me, and you see that Massachusetts attorneys are on strike, and, criminals are being released. So there's a lot to be fixed in this world. And, I hope to see that in the future. I really do, because what happened to me was horrible, inhumane. Yeah. I'm running out of time. So good night, guys. Talk to you later.